The big news is, Pi Network has officially entered the European stock market. You heard that right. A Pi Network-based exchange-traded product, or ETP, has just been launched on the Spotlight stock market in Sweden. What does this mean? Imagine this. Previously, if you wanted to own Pi, you had to mine it or buy it on unofficial exchanges. But now, a major financial company has created a legally regulated product, allowing European investors to access Pi through a traditional stock account. It's like they're building a bridge from the highly regulated world of traditional finance to the promising world of cryptocurrencies. Why is this event so significant? We need to look at the bigger picture. Behind this event is a financial company called Valor, a familiar name in the ETP world. They have already listed over 85 digital asset ETPs on major stock exchanges in Sweden, Switzerland, Germany, and France. This isn't just an experiment, it's a serious strategy to expand their digital asset portfolio. Johanna Bies, Valor's Nordic regional manager, stated that these new products reflect a growing demand for a transparent and simple approach to digital assets. Product director Ella Buer commented that Pi offers a unique balance between its core infrastructure and the emerging blockchain trend. This shows that Pi Network is no longer an obscure name known only within a niche community of enthusiasts. It has caught the attention of major financial institutions. The fact that European fund managers are willing to include a community token like Pi into the mainstream financial flow is an extremely positive sign. It's like an underground star suddenly being invited to perform on a huge stage, gaining widespread public recognition and talent validation. Signals from the market and whales. A big question is, why Pi Network? Valor's choice of Pi speaks volumes about the project's growing position, not just among individual investors but also within institutional circles. Even the well-known venture capital fund Ulu Ventures has included Pi in its investment portfolio. Not to mention, the whales, large investors, are also quietly accumulating, further strengthening confidence in the project's long-term potential. However, the market still faces many challenges. Despite these positive signs, the price of Pi is struggling. At the moment, Pi is trading around 35 cents. While it saw a slight increase over the last 24 hours, it has dropped 16.6% over the past month. This indicates that while Pi has gained institutional recognition, it still needs a strong push to truly break through. Is the Coinbase net coming soon? At the same time as the ETP news, rumors of Pi being listed on the Coinbase exchange have heated up again. Do you remember Pi Barter Mall, a winner of the Pi Hackathon? He tweeted that the listing could happen soon. This isn't the first time Coinbase and Pi have been mentioned together. Back in March 2025, Paul Grewal, Coinbase's chief legal officer, posted a photo of cakes with the Pi logo to celebrate Pi Day, March 14th. While there has been no official confirmation, these actions always get the community buzzing. So why hasn't a project with such a large community been listed on major exchanges like Coinbase or Binance? Analysts suggest that this delay is due to the exchange's strict requirements such as open-source transparency. Major exchanges need public source code for review. Third-party code audits ensure the project's safety and security. KYC/KYB compliance is also critical for combating money laundering and illegal activities. However, it seems Pi is actively addressing these issues. The development team is expected to release more details about open source code next month, a significant step toward meeting listing criteria, recovery trajectory, and future outlook. So, with all these positive signals, can the price of Pi recover? Right now, the market sentiment is cautious but hopeful. The recent formation of a double-bottom pattern on the charts is often considered a classic signal for a potential bullish reversal. This suggests that Pi may be preparing to bounce back after weeks of downward pressure, provided external catalysts line up. One of the strongest potential catalysts is the long-speculated Coinbase listing. If that becomes reality, it could unlock access to millions of new retail investors and give Pi a level of legitimacy it has never had before. Such a development would likely bring fresh liquidity, attract more institutional interest, and create upward momentum that could break Pi out of its current stagnation. Even whispers of this listing are already keeping the community engaged and hopeful. In the short term, analysts expect the price of Pi to remain relatively stable around the 35 cents mark until September. Technical projections show that under the right conditions, Pi could climb to a monthly high of around 43 cents, a modest but important step in rebuilding market confidence. This stability phase may serve as a consolidation period, allowing Pi to gather strength before any major breakout attempt. Looking further ahead, the end-of-year target sits between 50 cents and 51 cents, but achieving this depends on more than just technical patterns. Adoption levels, successful network upgrades, and especially listings on major exchanges will play critical roles in shaping Pi's trajectory. If these milestones are met, Pi could finally transition from being viewed as a speculative token into an asset with real staying power in the crypto market. Another notable piece of news is that Pi Network just announced Pi Node Linux along with a plan to upgrade the protocol from version 19 to v23. This upgrade will make it easier for node operators on the Linux operating system to deploy the software, increasing network stability. Crucially, Pi will integrate identity verification (KYC) at the protocol level, an extremely smart move that goes beyond simple compliance. By embedding this process directly into the protocol, Pi ensures that identity verification is not just an afterthought but a core part of how the network operates. According to the development team, over 14.82 million users have already completed KYC and migrated to mainnet, proving that the system is scalable and widely accepted by the community. This step will make it far easier for Pi to align with global financial standards, clear regulatory hurdles, and create an environment where both users and institutions can engage with confidence. For major exchanges, this kind of transparency and accountability is often a prerequisite before considering new listings, which positions Pi strongly for future opportunities. In conclusion, the launch of the Pi Network ETP in Europe is far more than a simple financial headline. It represents a pivotal moment in the project's evolution. By entering regulated markets, Pi is signaling its readiness to stand alongside established cryptocurrencies not just as a community experiment but as a legitimate digital asset with growing global recognition. The combination of institutional-grade compliance, real user adoption, and innovative network upgrades shows that Pi is steadily moving from potential to reality. This development not only boosts credibility but also opens the door for greater liquidity, broader adoption, and long-term sustainability within the crypto space. It marks a major step forward in Pi's journey from a community-driven project to an asset that is starting to earn credibility on the global stage. By securing a place in regulated markets, Pi is showing that it can stand alongside more established cryptocurrencies in traditional financial systems. This development also highlights the progress Pi has made in overcoming some of the technical and compliance barriers that have held it back. From integrating KYC at the protocol level to preparing open-source transparency, the project is actively addressing the key requirements that major exchanges and institutional investors look for. These improvements signal that Pi is steadily building the foundation it needs to transition from potential to reality. Most importantly, the European ETP provides traditional investors with their first real gateway into the Pi ecosystem. This bridge between conventional finance and blockchain innovation could bring new liquidity, broader awareness, and long-term confidence in the project. If Pi continues to follow this trajectory, it won't just remain a niche community token. It could become a widely recognized player in the cryptocurrency market.